Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Vickie Verley, a rock and roll prophetess. These are going to be your September of 2016 free video readings. I'll be using the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is my own creation, and then we'll pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which is my own creation. As always, I have a whole bunch of stuff here. If you're learning to read tarot, you can check out my book, Tarot in the Modern World. I also have several adult coloring books. You can find all that up in the eye in the sky, along with how to get readings and different things from me, the readings and wares that I offer. I did a kind of a cool little funny video this month, if you guys have time to check it out. It's called Find Somebody to Blame, and it's sort of sarcastic, and it's sort of like this country tune. It's supposed to be halfway funny, so if you have a minute, check it out. You can find a link below on that one. And if anybody out there is a country musician and you want to record it, definitely get a hold of me. I would love to see that happen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about how the readings work before we get into it. If you already know how the readings work, you can go ahead and skip ahead. First of all, when I pull the cards, I want you to pick a color. And then when the color shows up in the spread, that could contain a special message for you. When I pull the cards, I'm going to hold them up, and I want you to take time to look at each card. These cards were designed to speak to your subconscious mind. If it looks like it says something else, like for instance here, the word motion is contained in emotion. If that stands out to you, or even if it looks like it says something completely different, go with it. That's spirit communicating with you. This is empowerment tarot. I'm not trying to tell you how to lead your life, and nobody should. You should not give your power away. This is for you to activate your own intuition and find things in here and allow these cards to speak to you. If you do not get your message through this reading, be sure to check your rising and moon sign. The other thing is when the court cards appear, and the court cards would be the knights, queen, kings, and pages. Traditionally, a knight is a male, knight, king, and page are males, and the queen are females. But in these general readings, they could be male or female. So I may refer to, like if it's a king, I may refer to it as he, but really it could be he or she or anybody. Learn to trust your intuition and go with the flow on these readings. I hope that you get a special message out of here. Take time to look at each card and pause the video if you have time. Without further ado, on to your free readings for September. Hey, hello Aries. Let's get right into your reading and see what's up for you guys for the month of September for Aries. Aries, September 2016. Aries. 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 Aries, September 2016. Aries. Okay. Well, I'm telling everybody that this is the month of the eclipses. Lots happening this month. There's the eclipses, Mercury's going retrograde, and Jupiter's moving into Libra, which I forgot to mention to the Libras, but I'm not going back to do it again. This will affect you too. It affects everybody. And the new moon eclipse, the new beginning, and you do have an ace here. These aces are popping. I think it's because we're having these new moon eclipses these months. Is going to be on September 1st. Right away, we have that new moon eclipse in Virgo. So it's time to make your new beginnings, your new plans. And then we have a full moon eclipse on the 16th, Pisces. So this is like things are... full moon is things are being illuminated, being shown to you, revealed, but also the full moon eclipses can be something eclipsed out of your life. So something could leave, but it's always a good thing. It's something that needs to leave if that's the case, if that's what happens. And then Mercury's retrograde until the 22nd, when the sun moves into Libra at the same date. So a lot of astrology this month. But anyways, first card out is Hangman. Now, Hangman is not a bad card. Everybody, oh, the Hangman. You get all freaked out about it. There's nothing to get freaked out about, everybody. So, note that I made sure that you could really see that when I did this card. He's enlightened. He's not being strangled or killed or anything else. Another thing I did to this card, a little different, is I put these growth and stuff up at the top. And that was on purpose, for a reason. Because it is about spiritual growth. But it's about pause, reflect, and gain enlightenment. It's not the time right away to go rushing in, to anything right this minute. And And, Mercury's retrograde until the 22nd, so it's time to just lay back a little bit here. I believe that this is you. This is the fire sign person. This is the Leo, the Aries, or the Sagittarius. So whether male or female, I would say that that is definitely you. So the Hangman is above you. I like that too. It's kind of like, yeah, above, like this enlightenment from above or something like that. And you are going to be gaining some insights, because the Page of Cups, now, the pages are messengers, and it could be a real child. I mean, I'm not going to rule that out. And it is water, so it could be that water eclipse even. But really, the pages are the messengers. They're the communicators. And the Page of Cups, it brings messages from Spirit. Normally, that's what that's about. It brings a message from Spirit. It brings intuitive hunches. And paired with the Hangman, that's pretty big. I mean, I think if you can settle down here. I know you guys are kind of restless and you always want to be on the go, and that's what's one of the great things about you. But this month, in the beginning of the month, I think you might want to lay back. I think you're going to get some intuitive hunches. I think you're going to get some things could come to you. And it could shine a whole new light, put a whole new spin on everything. And it's going to be a different message for everybody. These are messages that come from within. This isn't necessarily a message that I'm going to tell you. This is something that you're going to gain from within. Some of you are worried about some money things, and I do feel like that's going to turn around this month. The Seven of Pentacles is all about, I'm worrying about money, I am stressed out about money, how am I going to get enough money together, I got to get all this money together. In reverse, it's like, you know what, it's kind of going away. It might not go away right this minute. I mean, you do have the Ten of Rods, so there's, it's not just going to wave a magic wand and, everything changes all at once, although eclipses sometimes can do that. But I think by going into this state of, and try not to think about that, not just listen. Listening is the biggest, if I could give you a one word of advice this month, it would be listen. Just listen. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to sit there and om, meditate. I'm certainly not like that, you're a fire sign, and that fire just stood out to me, fiery. So, sit outside and look at the campfire. That's often, get some messages that way. Just anything to clear your mind, whatever it might be. I like to go to the water. I like fires too. But, there's all sorts of things that you can just do. Just don't, if these thoughts start coming in, just, dismiss them or let them go. And don't let that be your focal point. Because if you can shut down that monkey mind a little bit, that I think that you're really going to get some cool ideas and become more centered and come up with a new plan. Because I feel like Spirit's trying to talk to you, but you're too caught up in all the stuff to really hear it. So you need to listen. Something that's been a long time stalemate could be resolved this month. It really could. Back to that oldest saying, you can't, well, there's two, I want to tell you, two old sayings. One is, you can't solve a problem with the same state of mind that you created it. That's a biggie, okay? And then secondly, doing things the same thing over and over again expecting a different result is a definition of insanity. So you need to take a different approach. By getting quiet and kind of listening, that's how you'll find you'll know. And again, it's going to be different for everybody, but that's how you're going to know what it is. It's, sometimes, you guys are just like, I'm going to make it happen. And again, that's something that's really an admirable trait of yours. You're a go-getter. It's an admirable trait. But sometimes if you can't make it happen, and if you've been doing that, beating your head against the wall, and it's carrying this heavy load, then obviously it's time to take a different approach here. You do have this Ace of Rods down here. After you get your enlightenment and your attunement, you're going to see the new way to go. You're going to see the new plant, the seed to plant, and this time it's going to bloom and flourish. The Ace of Rods is the seed that's planted that blooms and flourishes. Right next to the Two of Rods. Two of Rods is one of the best cards in the deck because that's half the battle. Two of Rods is seeing the way to go. You see your path. You see the path you should go down. You're going to step foot on this new path, and he holds the world in his hand. He's got that world in his hand, the globe. So it really could be something huge. And I always like to look at what this Two of Rods guy is looking at here. So he's looking at the Ace of Rods, so he's going to plant the seeds, and he looks over at the Emperor, who also, by the way, is lined up with you. So the Emperor is cool. The Emperor is somebody in a position of power and authority, but that could help you, and could be a part of you obtaining, going from this Two of Rods, this Ace and Two, this beginning phase, to obtaining this world energy that also is associated with this, right? The Emperor, or it could be you. Maybe that's where you're going to end up. You're going to end up being the Emperor. You're going to rise to that level, to that stature. That could totally be, right? Okay, so this is a big month. It may start out slow, but don't get frustrated or anxious or try to make it happen. Kind of listen. Listen. L-I-S-T-E-N. Listen. That is the best thing that you can do for the first few weeks of the month. Just listen. And don't listen to the worry in your head, okay? Go sit by the fire, or go hiking, because you guys are into physical activity too. Maybe go hiking in the mountains and stuff like that, because the rams like to climb up on top of the mountains and stuff like that too. Whatever, you know for yourself. This is extrovert, but I just heard exit. I didn't hear, I saw exit. It changed an exit. That's why I love these cards, and please do let that happen for you. It actually says extrovert, but it turned into exit there. So exit, stage left. What was that dude? Heavens to Murgatroyd. That cartoon dude, what was his name? He was some lion or something. Exit, stage left. But exit from all the chatter and the noise, and take some time. I think some of you are going to go hiking in the mountains. I was definitely seeing that. And like getting up in that mountain, and it's just like, you're not even thinking about this crap anymore. It's totally gone. You got to get rid of that so you can have clarity. Okay, Aries, what's your animal totem? The seagull. Love the seagull. I'm going to go feed the seagulls after I finish these readings today. All my old stale bread. Okay. Joyous seafarer calling from the sky, edging on this world and another, coming from a higher perspective. That was what I was totally talking about. Riding the currents of life. Well, the page, I said the currents of life, my got chills all down my legs. That Page of Cups, he's on the currents of life too. Calling from a higher perspective. I was talking about that, like going up to the mountain and all that stuff. But edging on this world and another. That's one of the things about the seagull, because they're creatures of land, air, and water. So they're not really of one, because this is all about the earth plane and the world, and this is all here. You got to detach from that somehow. Whether it's all the things I mentioned, the fire, I still say, even though you're a fire sign, go by that water, because that helps me tremendously. I have some fire in my chart. I got a cup of fire. I got fire, moon, and Mars and Leo. I got some fiery energy myself, and that water just helps me. Sometimes that fire, what do you do with a fire that's raging out of control? You douse it with water, and sometimes that can be bad, like a wet rag, or a wet blanket. You don't want. That's why generally fire people and water people aren't compatible, because water puts out fire. But sometimes if it's stoked and it's blazing out of control and it's just driving me crazy, then maybe a little water wouldn't hurt, right? Okay, Aries, hey, thank you guys for everything you do to help. I'm hearing now, come on baby, light my fire. I'm hearing that one now. Try to set the night on fire. Anyway, so check out all my stuff. If you want to learn tarot, this is a good book. All the books, the decks, everything, the readings, all in the eye in the sky. Click on that and find out more. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button over here so you can catch up. I promise I don't over bombard you, and I don't post all 12 videos. I post one, say the videos are up. I won't drive you crazy, because I don't like that stuff either. Also below there's some other links, including that country song that I'm trying to get recorded. I would love to see an country artist do it. And the Facebook page, where I also post the animal totem card every week. I did not do it this week because I was busy taping these readings, but I normally try to do it once a week. And I won't bombard you on there either, I promise. Okay. So thanks for everything you do. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great month of September, and I'll speak to you soon.